It's coming to the end of the year and you're looking at all the things you said you wanted to do and you haven't yet been able to accomplish them. You're looking at all those positive things that you wrote down and said you have to accomplish by the end of this year, but then you're quite disappointed because it's coming towards the end of the year and none of those things that you wrote down, you've accomplished them. It's easy to look at the failures and forget about the success. It's easy to look at the big goals and forget about the small goals. Just because it's coming towards the end of the year, it doesn't mean that you cannot change your life now and you cannot transform now. That you cannot change your life and make it better than it was. It doesn't mean that you'll be able to accomplish all those big goals. It just means that you'll be able to change something within your life. But when you look at Asian wisdom, it provides how you can change your life in a really short period of time, and it shows you skills in which you can be able to manipulate the life that you want to live in and accomplish. It's so easy to watch videos that say to you, you have to sleep early, you have to start writing down your goals, you have to refresh yourself again, you have to set new tactics in order to accomplish the things you want to accomplish. When you look at Stoicism, which is a Greco-Roman philosophy, it teaches you to focus more on what you can control and leave what you cannot control. This particular philosophy emphasizes self-discipline, resilience, cultivating a sense of inner tranquility, all of which can help you to accomplish things in your life. A Stoicism person focuses more on things that are in your hands, things that you can change, things that you can control. The fact that we've come towards the end of the year, you cannot change the fact that we've got 3 months left to the end of the year, but you can change the way in which you see the next coming 3 months. When you look at the Tao teaching philosophy, it teaches the concept of Wu Wei, which is the same as effortless action, which suggests by aligning yourself with the natural flow of life and letting go of unnecessary striving, you can experience profound change without force or resistance. When you want to change your life, you want to make your life so much better than it was before, aligning yourself with the natural resources around you, aligning yourself with, this is my life now, this is what has happened. I can't change, I cannot control, I cannot take it away. I can see where in which I can make the coming months better. For anything to change in your life, for anything transformation to happen within, the last period of the months, you're packing up, you're looking down on your goals. One of the things you have to remember is self-mastery. The art of knowing thyself, the art of understanding who you are, the art of cultivating yourself, your weaknesses and your strengths is self-mastery. When you master yourself, it will allow you to understand what has happened in the last months and how to make it so much better, which is what the ancient Greek philosophy focuses on, the scholastic wisdom. It emphasizes that Delpic maximum, which is known as know thyself, focuses very much on self-examination and introspection, which can swiftly allow you to change yourself in the way that you want your life to be, in the way that you want to see yourself being. It's very disheartening to be in a situation whereby you understand what you want to do, you know the things that you want to accomplish, you know where you want to go, but the thing is that you feel stuck. There is no such thing as a lazy person, in my opinion. There is just a thing of what thing is stopping me from doing the thing that I want to do. What thing is standing in front of me that is stopping me from doing the things that I want to do. I have been in situations like that whereby I have allowed things and people and situations and past events to dictate what would happen the next year, the next months. I have looked at myself like a failure. I have looked at myself in a way that, without me accomplishing these big goals, I have failed. Without me accomplishing, saving this amount of money, buying this car, being in this relationship, having this child, being, this kind of weighing, this kind of kilograms, eating this kind of food. When I started so much focusing on those kind of things, or, allowing them to weigh me down, I diverted away from thyself to themself. I diverted away from myself to yourself, ourselves. It took away the fact that I am thyself. I am my own mastery. I have to master my own self in order for me to be able to change these things in order for me to become better. Self-mastery is not about being a very horrible person. It's not about you being very hard or very disciplined, because we think about discipline as a way of standing up and being attention. No, it's just a way of mastering yourself to an extent that when your weakness is pointed out, you're already aware of that kind of weakness, and it can help you to channel that, to make better changes, to accomplish those things. Remember this, every small thing you do, it does change something. One of the most important books that I read, which is called Atomic Habits, it's 1% can add up to something greater and something bigger. You don't have to do something grand. You don't have to do something out of, the blue, or, something very massive in order for you to feel accomplished. If you just do one every single day, by the time you blink your eyes, by the time you notice, by the time you kind of understand, you will realize that 1% that you did every day has made you a better person than you were yesterday. For example, this year I set myself a target to read, over 100 books. That was very unrealistic, because to be honest with you, I have been struggling to read my books. I have been reading maybe one book once, and if I'm good, one book a week, and then I would give it a rest. But I've got to a point whereby I'm enjoying reading again, and I'm reading at least 2 books in 2 weeks, which is a book each every week. And that is just to show you how I had to go back and check my goal again, and talk to myself again, and be realistic with myself again, and say 100 books is unrealistic, but 2 books a month is more realistic, based on your schedule, based on your time, and based on how your mind works. So you can redirect yourself. You can go back and restructure your goals. Changing your goals doesn't mean that you have failed. Looking back at the things that you put down at the beginning of the year to accomplish, and changing them to something else, doesn't mean that you're failure. Just means that you are someone who is good at strategizing. You're someone who is good to take responsibility and admit to yourself, and look back at some of these things to make your life ahead much more better. Sticking onto old habits can never make room for new habits. Sticking onto old things because they served us for the good at that very time blocks us from actually receiving the good that you can get from new things coming in your life, or new changes or strategies, stuff like that. You look at the Native American tradition, the emphasis of nature and spirit. By reconnecting with nature in the world, your own spiritual path, you can find purpose and inspiration to actually change. Reconnection with yourself, be that kind of person that can actually change. Change is a continuous thing in our lives. Every single now and then, every day, there's something within us that is changing, and there is something within us that is growing. Inner growth and self-awareness are the best things that you can adapt in these last months, are the best things that you can work with and adapt in your way of living. Because when you work on those things, it's going to be so easy for you, so better for you in the next things that you're going to do, in the next goals that you're going to set for the new year and this year. It's just so important. Don't allow the small voice in your mind to make you feel like you are a failure and you cannot do anything. Last year it failed, this year it failed, it's gonna fail again. No, you're going to be like, I'm fully aware of that, but I am going to be smart. I'm going to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound to do these kind of things. Change is inevitable. It's meant to happen. And when you look at the ancient philosophies and what they focus on, they put emphasis on self-improvement, self-growth, your mindset. That is their main focus for you to actually change your life, for you to actually transform your life. You have to be obsessed, possessed with the things that you really want in life. Now is the time for you to become aggressive with your goals, aggressive with certain things in your life, because that power, that energy that you put towards it will show how bad you want to get that thing, how bad you want to accomplish that thing when it comes to the last 3 months. It's not the end, it's just the beginning for you. Resetting now is what is going to push you to the next thing. You have to overcome the obstacles of feeling, I don't feel like this, to come to say, I feel like this, I'm aware of how I feel like this, but regardless, I am going to sit down and do those things. I have to do them because they are going to help me so much. I read something somewhere, or I had something somewhere that said that there is nothing bad that can come out from you taking a walk. Nothing bad. At least you can try it. My name is Lucy. I make self-improvement, mindset, personal growth videos that can help you become so much better than you thought you were, or tap into that kind of living that you thought you'd never live.